Hi, this is an EDC video. If that interests you, you want to see what I've been carrying lately and what I'm reviewing and one thing cool right at the end, then stay tuned. Alrighty, so I'll start with what I'm actually carrying when I'm just not reviewing anything. So this is the knife that I've been really hooked on lately. This is the Spyderco Police 4. It's way bigger than I'd usually carry, but it's actually quite slim, and it's just got this amazing K390 steel blade in it. It's like 4 inches long. I've put a really nice high edge on it, and it's actually like a real tough steel that can actually hold. It's probably about 17 degrees per side and quite tall, so like a really good slicing blade. It's just really fun to use this slicing pretty much anything I come across. Really, like when you get a blade that's, it's not the most interesting in terms of lockup or appearance or anything like that, but just from sheer use of it is just joyous. It really is sticking around. I'm finding it really hard to keep this out of my pocket lately. So, and yeah, it's getting used. It's probably beyond resale now. It's got tarnishing all over the blade and stuff, but I'm really enjoying it, and I like it a lot more than I've liked most knives lately, so really good there. This is the Victorinox Inox watch. It's the one that replaced my infantry GMT when I lost that when I was doing a video once. This one has been really nice so far. It's got a, you have to unscrew, so it's got a sealed adjuster, so like the crown you need to unscrew it and then you can do your click out and then you click out again. It came with just a leather strap which I'll keep until it goes stinky, and then I'll probably switch to a NATO strap of some sort. And yeah, the main thing here is that it's like a really overbuilt sort of heavy watch, which is what I like, but I still like it being nice and simple. I don't like shit all over the face of my watch. Like I don't need chronometers and tachometers and all that sort of weird stuff, time zones. I like the date and I like the time. I don't need what day it is, I don't need what month it is, anything like that. Very simple. Minute hand, second hand, hour hand, that'll do me. I prefer when there's actually numbers written around, but I didn't want to get the GMT again. I wanted something different. And yeah, of interest, I used my home and contents insurance to replace my watch when I lost it. I had this YouTube channel, which was my proof of like ownership, which was fine. So yeah, that's a really interesting thing if you are sort of a collector. It might be a good idea just to chuck a couple of videos up, or like even just keep in mind your Instagram and stuff. And if you lose shit and you've got like half decent home and contents, so I'm with the RAA, it actually covered it. So it was a small, it was like $150 excess to get like a $600 watch. So it's definitely worth doing. And you know what? You pay all this money for insurance. Any sort of insurance, you're paying all this money for it. The trick is that you never get out what you put in, so you may as well get out when the getting is going, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's been a really good watch. One thing I do notice is that this bezel gets sort of scratched up a little bit more, but it's kind of one of those character things as well, so I'm not too bothered. But yeah, I'm really liking it so far. This is my keys. I haven't got like my main keys on it because that's boring, but these are my key tools that I've had lately. So Uncle Bill sliver grippers, which are a great little pair of really precise little fine tweezers. I've got a Surefire Titan. This is my torch. This is the only torch I carry on a day-to-day basis anyway, like when I'm in my home stuff. And it's enough. It's enough to walk up to the shed in the middle of the night. It's enough to go and feed Cedric and Ada. It's good. It's like 120 lumens or something. It's absolutely fine. It's just bomb-proof. Like it's been going and going now, and it's very rarely it's like got a good distinct tight head. It never goes onto my pocket like the cheaper ones do. Yeah, it's expensive. It's like $100 or something, but it's the only one I need. If you're not a flashlight guy or a torch guy, whatever you want to call it, this is a really good one because buy once, cry once. I'm not into torches like I'm into knives. So yeah, just an interesting concept. Just getting one really good one and that's it for me. And then I've got this little knife from Rake. This is the Rake S11B. So this is like a really little keyring size knife, so like the size of like a Victorinox Classic. It's a little 12C27 blade, so a pretty decent little steel for a pocket knife. And yeah, it's actually got like a little nice little slip joint. It's got a decent spring to it, good little blade shape. It's just really nice. So I think these are only about $15 or something, but yeah, really cool. You can get them with more tools and stuff as well, I think, but it's got a little G10 handle. Really cool little blade. So that's been rolling around in my keys for sure. The pen I've been using, I finally got more inks for these Karas Customs. I was on the Render K for a long time. Now that's out of ink because it got washed, and I finally got some more of these Schmidt capless 702s. So I got the I got some Schmidt capless inks a while back, and bloody, they were too long, and that was just crushing blow that was. So I finally got the right length ones. Geez, this is the hardest part of buying pens. I guess it's like batteries with torches, isn't it? Got to get the right bloody ink, or it just straight up doesn't work. But yeah, so that's a good ink, and yeah, it's a really good little pen. This is the Karas Customs EDK. So yeah, it's like the everyday carry little pen. It's a bit smaller than the Retract. The Retract goes down to about here, and I also have that one, but this is the one I've been carrying lately because of the new inks. My wallet is the Ophine Mir gun deck, and it probably will be for the foreseeable future. I'm not a big wallet guy. I've got one in the way, like a bit of a different one that I'll do a review on and maybe switch to. It's like as in a hard wallet, so I'm interested to try that. But yeah, that's just a really basic one piece of leather sort of wallet. Yeah, just folds in. You can keep more stuff here or on here if you want, but I just keep all 4 of my cards in the back, and that's all I carry. Very minimalist. I sit on it, so I don't want much more in it than that. Next is this Kingdom Hanks Hank. This has been getting a good bit of use lately. Now it's hot. Yeah, I use it as a bit of a sweat rag, to be honest, and yeah, it's just really good. It's like double stitched, just 2 bits of fabric over the top of each other. Great for grabbing like radiator caps, oil, wiping off oil lines and stuff. I use it a bit with like my lawnmower and my whippersnipper and that sort of stuff. Just always nice to have something between you and just any part of like a machine or a motor, for sure. So I've been using that a whole bunch as well. There's a Kingdom Hank. They're like a little Aussie business. I really recommend looking them up and supporting them. I'll put the link to them in my description. You know, it's like 20 bucks for a good hanky, but it's the only one I'm going to need, so I'll just wash it and keep using it. It's cool. I like it. So in terms of knives for review, I'm currently working on reviews of the Rake P something 831 SF. This is like a cool little Warncliffe style blade. This one's really nice. It's $50 in Australia, so it's a really good price. It's actually really light too. They've milled out the handle scales, so it comes in under 100 grams, so really good for a stainless steel knife. It does have a peculiar thing, a bit like the smaller zero tolerances, where you need to mind the lock bar when you're opening it, so just need to modify your grip, because if you have your finger on there like this, just really struggles to open it. So there's that, and that'll probably get a pretty positive review, so keep a lookout for that. And then I'm also carrying and reviewing the Kaiser Begletier over the next little while. Really nice thin Kaiser knife that I won from Instagram. There'll be a giveaway on this knife after that, because yeah, there was a little bit of haze about perhaps why I was chosen as the winner, so I'll give it away. It's all good. It's a VG10 thin, really well made Kaiser, so not particularly exciting, but you know, Kaiser, the norm is this. The norm is just really well done VG10 knives and S35VN knives, so really do recommend this brand a lot. Really excellent knives, and this knife is no exception. Really good. So that's my EDC for the minute. Now let's have a look at something really cool. So this knife on the left is my Spyderco Police, and this knife here is my old buddy's, like an old work buddy of mine's original military. So this is a Spyderco Military, fully serrated. He sent it to me to try and see what I can do with it to get it going again. So pretty much fully serrated apart from this portion of the belly and a broken off tip. The blade is awesome. It's got, see if I can get this focused for you. So it's got military. This is in CPM 440V, Golden, Colorado, USA. So this is like how they used to do them, you know, back in the day. So 440V they haven't used for a long time. So I'm guessing this is from maybe the late 90s or the mid 90s or something like that. There's no liners. There's a lock side liner, but that's it. The G10 on this side is just pure G10. It's still the same as every other military, just with your standard clip tip up. Sorry, yep, tip down pocket carry, which is a bit of a bummer I always found, but that's cool. There's missing one screw, and it is pretty sort of rickety. The lock bar's going over a little bit to, you know, about 110% lock up, so that's, you know, something. But I'm going to open this up and I'm going to have a good old look at what I can do for it and what I can do with it, because, you know, there's still something here. Like, the handles are still well formed, the blade is like still, you know, the tang is still fine, the bones are here. I can put another tip on it, I can shine it back up. The serrations are actually still, you know, serrations stay good for a long time. And yeah, so just really cool that, and it's just a cool knife to see. That's probably an indicator perhaps of how big the Police is, that it's actually, I think, even a little bit bigger than the military. Yeah, just a tad. even with the military if I had a full tip. So yeah, so this military, I'll probably do an update once I've worked on it, or maybe even some videos while I work on it. But yeah, just cool to see like an older Spyderco. I'll have to find another clip for him as well. I'm sure I've got one around the place, or I can get one off of eBay or something. So yeah, it's a good old friend of mine, so I'm going to try and patch his knife up as best I can. You can tell it's seen love, and it's just awesome to see knives that have seen love and use, and you know, a bit of misuse, but that's all part of the journey, isn't it? So there you go. Vintage military 440V, full serrations. Very, very nice. Alright dudes, that'll be it for today. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.